All right, so we have gone through and added aggregation relationships, and we have also added our inheritance relationship. The user interface I have moved up here to the top, and I have also removed category. So let me tell you about both of those. I felt like after thinking through the aggregation relationship, the category class would be better as an enumeration or something like that. So as some sort of string or something like that. So at this point, we've just removed the category class. The user interface class I have moved up here into the middle because oftentimes there are a lot of relationships that we are going to have with that class. So let me move this down even a little bit so it's easier to make those relationships viewable. So let's go ahead and get started. Let's take a quick look at the user interface. And I want to explain this really clearly because I get a lot of questions on the user interface. So whenever I want to view a detailed object, so say I click on a beverage, so I go to my list of beverages in my user interface, or the user goes to the list of beverages, okay? They click on an individual beverage. So say they click on just a coffee. Well, when they click on the coffee, they're going to see a list of the coffee details. These are the coffee details that they'll see. So in order for them to see that, the user has to communicate to the user interface to go and get that data. And so the user says, hey, user interface, display for me the details of a beverage. And so then it goes, okay, and it goes out and it grabs the beverage information. So it has to go and call on the get beverage method in order to get all of the details. Now that was another thing that I did and I didn't mention yet, is that I've gone ahead and added get class name or get beverage. So I have get beverage here, I have get beverage list here. So I've gone ahead and added getters to specific information that I know that the user is going to want to have access to based on the product backlog. So I know that they're going to want to have access to this beverage list. So here I have a beverage list, get beverage list method. Same thing with get a beverage. And let's see, I have one for get user list, get user, get payment information. So these are all things that I know that the user is going to want to have specific access to. So the next step is to start adding those relationships. Okay, so let's just start with, I'll do one with you and then I will fast forward through the rest. So we're going to have a relationship between the user interface and the beverage, and we just mentioned that. So I'm going to go ahead and grab the line and set it next to that. Let's go ahead and make sure it's connected properly and lined up properly. Okay, so this is an aggregation arrow and we want an association, which means that there is no arrow. So I'm going to come over here and click none. All right, so there you go. There is our association relationship. I'm going to pause and create that association relationship for all of the classes that have that getter in it in order to send their data to the user interface. So let me pause here. All right, so I've gone through and added all of the association line relationships that are going to be communicating between the user interface and, all the rest of the classes. So let's go ahead and move to the next video. We are going to talk through multiplicity.